Center on the campus of West Virginia State University for the final time this season. It's West Virginia State basketball at home on 107.3 The Beat. We'll be coming to you next week from the Mountain East Conference Tournament, but this is the regular season finale between the Yellowjackets and the University of Charleston Golden Eagles. Here on 107.3 The Beat, we round things out with a rivalry matchup between the Yellowjackets and the Golden Eagles. West Virginia State women's basketball gets things started today. It is senior day here at the Walker Convocation Center as West Virginia State will honor 8 of its seniors today. The Yellowjackets wrapping up the regular season, the first year under head coach Whitney Bays, and sending off some of the members of this program that have really set the tone for what has turned into a successful first season for West Virginia State's first-year head coach. So we're going to talk a little bit about Senior Day. We're going to talk a little bit about the matchup for today between the Yellowjackets and the Golden Eagles. West Virginia State enters at 12-14 on the season, 8-11 in the Mountain East Conference. Charleston 17-10 and 13-6 in the league. West Virginia State, as it stands today, is in 8th place. Frostburg State is 1 game ahead of the Yellowjackets for 7th, so that would have an effect on where things go in the Mountain East Conference Tournament. This Concord team, meanwhile, is playing for seeding as well. They are tied with Concord for 3rd place. Charleston and Concord tied for 3rd. They are both out of the running for the conference championship. That's going to come down to Glenville State and West Virginia Wesleyan today. But it is Senior Day here for West Virginia State, and the Yellowjackets are honoring a number of their seniors this year, including Letitia Paris, who's just taken center court with her family, the 5'8 senior from Nashville, Tennessee, averaging 10.6 rebounds per game this year. 2 seasons here at West Virginia State for Letitia Paris. Scored a career-high 24 points earlier this year against Point Park, a transfer from Cleveland State Community College, where she played her first 2 years of college basketball. Some of the other seniors being honored today for West Virginia State. Emily Anthony is up next, 5'4 senior from Hermitage, Pennsylvania. Has been a contributor to this program now for all 4 years of her college career. 5 points per game, 2 rebounds last year as a starter in about half of this team's games, and again has played consistent roles all the way back to her freshman year in 2022-23. Has had a season this year where she's really contributed where needed. That has been the big story for Emily Anthony so far this season. Hasn't necessarily had the most consistent minutes on the team, but has absolutely had an effect on the way that this team has played throughout the year. And I thought we were going numerically for a minute, but instead we're going to bring Amani Hickman out for Senior Day right now, the 6' senior from Huntington, playing her final year of college basketball here with West Virginia State. 2 years at Chowan, a year at Concord. 12.7 rebounds per game for her this year. Has really stepped up, playing for Whitney Bays, who, of course, she has long ties to, going back to Huntington High School. Whitney Bays, of course, is a standout player, a state player of the year at Huntington, who is now the head coach here at West Virginia State, and was able to secure the commitment from a fellow Highlander, and Amani Hickman, who plays her final year here at West Virginia State. Again, 1 year at Concord, 2 at Chowan, just a consistent contributor throughout her college career to multiple programs, and a West Virginia native that everybody here at West Virginia State has really embraced in her 1 year here with the Yellowjackets. Again, we've got matchup between West Virginia State and the University of Charleston coming up in just a few minutes. West Virginia State, again, celebrating its Senior Day today. The Yellowjackets coming into this one 12-14, 8-11 in the MEC. A win today would put some pressure on Frostburg State for the number 7 seed in the Mountain East Conference Tournament. Next up for Senior Day, Jessica Asuwana for West Virginia State has just developed over time for this team. 6'3 center from Tappahannock, Virginia, has turned into a starter down the stretch here in her final season with the Yellowjackets, averaging about 3 points, 1.5 rebounds, but has taken so many strides as this season has gone on for West Virginia State. Was a player that saw limited action early on, especially for West Virginia State, even this in her last year of college basketball, but has continued to grow as the season has gone on, has shown great touch, has improved on defense for West Virginia State as well, and the 6'3" center in the middle for West Virginia State has really made an impact down the stretch to be able to give Whitney Bays some flexibility with her lineup. And if you're talking about maybe the most improved player for West Virginia State, Jessica Osawana might be at the top of that list here for West Virginia State this season. Again, the 6'3" center from Tappahannock, Virginia. Up next is Lillian Jackson, and this is a little bit of a bittersweet moment for West Virginia State because Lillian Jackson was having such an incredible year for the Yellowjackets before going down right before the Christmas break, or I should say coming out of the Christmas break for West Virginia State. It's really unfortunate that she's not going to be able to finish her final year of college basketball here for West Virginia State, transferring in from Grambling State and just immediately having such an impact for this West Virginia State team. 6-foot senior from Little Rock, Arkansas, averaging 13 points and 10 rebounds per game before that injury. Played last year at Grambling State, 2 years at Tyler Junior College. And for West Virginia State, she has just been everything that you asked in the opportunities that she had to play. Again, so unfortunate that she's not going to finish this season for the Yellowjackets because of that injury, because I think we're talking about a very different finish to the season for West Virginia State if you've got Lillian Jackson at 100% to finish the second half of this season. But very nice to see her get her flowers on Senior Day. And up next is going to be Ajane Young for West Virginia State, the 5'6" senior from Neptune, New Jersey, playing 2 years here for West Virginia State, 11 points, 4.5 rebounds per game this year. Really maybe the breakout performer of the season for West Virginia State. Had a role last year, played in 30 games, just about 3 points per game, but she has stepped up in such a big way for West Virginia State this year, has become the third leading scorer on this team behind Bailey Goins and Amani Hickman, has become a steady presence at the point guard position, and has really taken to that bigger role really well for the Yellowjackets this year. Since transferring from Union College 2 years ago, where she started her college career, 5'6" senior from Neptune, New Jersey, Ajane Young, getting her recognition here on Senior Day for West Virginia State. Emily Anthony's going to be up next. Talked about her earlier because, I'm going to be honest, folks, I thought we were going in numerical order for Senior Day, but it turns out we're not. Emily Anthony, the 5'4" senior from Hermitage, Pennsylvania, just a consummate program player for West Virginia State over the last 4 years for West Virginia State. Again, her best season coming last year as a junior, 5 points, nearly 2.5 rebounds per game. Started 14 games for West Virginia State. Got a handful of starts this year, but like I said, has just stepped up in every way that she's been asked to this year for West Virginia State with a first-year head coach. Has really helped keep things consistent for the Yellowjackets throughout the season. At times she's been a starter. At times she's been the first guard off the bench. At times she's been the fourth or fifth guard off the bench. But she's just had opportunities and made the most of them when she's had them for West Virginia State. And I know that's something that this coaching staff has been really happy to see and really happy to have in the program. So Emily Anthony finishing her last year of college basketball, 4 years at West Virginia State. She's the only one of two, I should say, in this program that has spent all 4 years here at West Virginia State that's getting recognized today. Her and Jessica Osawana have been here the whole way for all 4 years of college basketball with West Virginia State. And again, just good to see these seniors get their recognition for the Yellowjackets, including the ones that have been here all along the way for West Virginia State, but also the others that have stepped in and made the most of their opportunities in a short time. You've got junior college transfers in Ajane Young, as well as Letitia Paris, that spent 2 years elsewhere and then come and have an impact over 2 years here for West Virginia State, which they certainly have. You have Amani Hickman that comes in for 1 year and steps in and becomes your second leading scorer and your leading rebounder for West Virginia State. It's been really impressive to see how this roster's been put together, and now you can probably hear maybe the loudest cheer we've had so far is for Bailey Goins, this team's leading scorer, and a local product, 13.5 points, 5 rebounds per game for her this year. Absolutely her best season here for West Virginia State, and she's somebody that has really come along over 3 years. Started her college career at Panola at the junior college level, then came to West Virginia State, played 5 games in 2024, became a part-time starter last year at about 9 points per game, and started 11 of the 30 games she played in, and then this year has just stepped up as this team's leader. 13.5 points, 5 rebounds, like I said, plays so many roles, is so versatile for West Virginia State. Plays nearly 32 minutes per game, has made 49 threes, and just does everything that Whitney Bays asks her to do, which has been really impressive to watch throughout the years. She's had ups and downs. She's battled bumps and bruises and illness, but everything that she has done as this season has gone on has made an impact for West Virginia State. And then the last senior we're having recognized is someone that we haven't necessarily talked about a whole lot on these broadcasts for West Virginia State, but Dream Muhammad has done so much behind the scenes for West Virginia State this year. Hasn't been able to play, but has made it such an impact with energy, with what she brings to the bench for this team for West Virginia State. Was previously at a couple of stops at Eastern Florida, as well as at Tennessee State. Was part of this team last year, played in 13 games for the Yellowjackets last year, and not able to play this year, but she has really stepped up and kept the energy high for West Virginia State. She has been a factor for this team as a motivator, as someone in the locker room, doing, again, like I've said about so many of these seniors, everything that Whitney Bays has asked her to do to have an impact on this West Virginia State team's season and what they have been able to bring to the floor. She hasn't been able to do it between the lines, but Dream Muhammad has certainly had an impact on everything West Virginia State has been able to do this year. And to see her recognized on Senior Day is absolutely something that I'm happy to see West Virginia State able to do. So 8 seniors recognized today for West Virginia State. Ajane Young, Lillian Jackson, Jessica Asawana, Emily Anthony, Amani Hickman, Letitia Paris, Bailey Goins, and Dream Muhammad getting their flowers here today for West Virginia State, getting some final photos taken care of here for the Yellowjackets as well, with the coaching staff out on the floor with their players. Again, we've got tip-off coming up, looking like about 2:15 is when we're going to get things started between the Yellowjackets and the University of Charleston. It's not just Senior Day. We do have a game between West Virginia State and Charleston coming up this afternoon. And we are excited to bring you the action. We are not going to get a second warm-up period, which means we're just about to get things started here on 107.3 The Beat, which means the national anthem and the starting lineups are coming up next. We'll be back to get things started after this. It's West Virginia State basketball on 107.3 The Beat.
Your whole health is more than what's on a chart in your doctor's office. That's why WellPoint has Medicaid plans that care for the whole you, with places that unlock potential. Care that speaks your language and comes to you on your terms. Medicaid from WellPoint. Your whole health is our whole point.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
We're back for West Virginia State women's basketball against the University of Charleston. Senior Day festivities complete here inside the Walker Convocation Center, and the starting lineups ready to go. Let's start with the visiting University of Charleston Golden Eagles, 17-10 on the season, 13-6 in the Mountain East Conference under second-year head coach Bubby Johnson. Paris Stokes runs the point, a 5'6" junior from Canton, Ohio. She was a second-team All-Mountain East Conference pick last year. Leading scorer for Charleston, averages 14 points and 4 rebounds per game. Joining her in the backcourt, Seni Mitric does it all. The 5'8" senior from Banja Luka, Bosnia-Herzegovina, averages 10.5 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 4 assists per game. She has hit the most three-pointers on this team as well. She's knocked down 43 from behind the arc. On the wing, Jordan Scully is a 5'8" freshman from Sydney, Ohio, averaging nearly 9 points and 2 rebounds per game. Then up front, a change in the front court for Charleston. The Golden Eagles are without their leading rebounder, Harper Anarino, 5'11" sophomore from Newark, Ohio, is third in the Mountain East Conference in rebounding. She is not dressed out today. She will not play, and she is replaced by Natalie Smith, the 6-foot freshman from Charleston, averages 6 points and 5 rebounds per game. Joining her up front is Bridget Womber, a redshirt freshman from Columbus, Ohio, standing 6'1", averaging 8 points and 8 rebounds per game. So they're going to have to make up for the 11 points and 9.5 rebounds that they are not getting from the front court today with Harper Anarino out. So for Charleston, it's Stokes, Mitric, Scully, Womber, and Smith. West Virginia State goes with the same starting lineup we've seen here down the stretch. That means Ajane Young runs the point for the Yellowjackets. Senior 5'6" from Neptune, New Jersey, averaging 11 points, 4.5 rebounds per game. Joined in the backcourt by Bailey Goins, 5'10" senior from Nitro, the leading scorer on the team, 13.6 points, 4.8 rebounds per game. Three-guard lineup also includes Letitia Paris, 5'8" senior from Nashville, Tennessee, in double figures at 10.5 points and 6 rebounds. Up front, Amani Hickman plays the 4. 6-foot senior from Huntington is the leading rebounder and second leading scorer at 12.5 points and 7 boards. Jessica Asawana is in the middle, a 6'3" redshirt junior from Tappahannock, Virginia, averaging nearly 3 points and 1.5 rebounds per game. It's Asawana in the center jump circle with Womber. West Virginia State in home whites, road maroon for the University of Charleston, and we're ready to tip things off. Ball in the air, Asawana leaves her feet for it, and it's tipped into the front court for Ajane Young, who kicks it quickly ahead to Amani Hickman, dashing into the lane, can't lay it in. Offensive rebound, Asawana sticks it back, and West Virginia State takes a 2-0 lead. All 5 of these starters for West Virginia State today recognized as part of our Senior Day festivities. Attacking from left to right comes Charleston with Mitric down onto the right wing. One dribble, fires from 3, clangs off the back of the rim. Offensive rebound, Smith in against Asawana, is bumped and fouled, and she'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Our officials today, Dustin Smith, Paige Hurst, and Dash McNeil with the whistles. West Virginia State, as I mentioned, home white, black numeral trimmed in gold, WVSU above the number in gold, jackets beneath it in the same font with gold trim on the shoulders and jackets down the side of the shorts in gold as well. The first free throw missed by Smith. She shoots 72% at the line. Maroon for Charleston with a white numeral trimmed in gold. Charleston across the chest in the same font, and gold trim down the sides of the jerseys and shorts. Second free throw short. Rebound, Paris brings it out on the run for West Virginia State into the front court. Down onto the left wing, back between the circles for Young, who stutter steps and now sets the offense. 22 to shoot, hands off right side to Goins. She jab steps, bounces into the corner for Young, who brings it back out high on a one-handed pass to Hickman and again to Young. 15 on the shot clock. She lobs into the high post for Asawana. She faces the basket, fakes a pass inside, gives back to Young. 8 to shoot, 2 dribbles, sends it away from 17 and hits it. Right of the circle, Ajane Young hits for West Virginia State, and the Yellowjackets, with a minute gone, are ahead 4-0. Paris Stokes runs the point for Charleston, the consummate point guard for head coach Bubby Johnson. Here's a foul called as it goes into the high post for Womber. Young was trying to slide through on the play and just ran into Womber as she caught the ball. So second team foul against West Virginia State, first against Young. It comes at the 8:56 mark of the first quarter. Smith inbounds for Charleston again. The Golden Eagles without their second leading scorer and leading rebounder, Harper Anarino, who is not dressed with an injury today. Here's Jordan Scully for a right wing 3. Hit it. Can't give Jordan Scully that much daylight. 41% three-point shooter. The freshman has Charleston on the board. Back comes West Virginia State to the right side corner in the front court for Paris. Out to Hickman, penetrates left of the lane, throws left quarter to Young. 2 dribbles, a 15-foot pull-up jumper, banked it in from the left side. Ajane Young had a great first game against Charleston back at the Worley Innovation Center earlier this season. She's continued that performance against the Golden Eagles here today. She's got 4 of the first 6 for the Yellowjackets. Smith in the front court, skip pass right side to Stokes. Sizing up, Goins penetrates to the free throw line, crosses over to her left hand, works it down onto the block, draws a double team out for Smith, left wing 3, air ball. Rebound backside, falls to Stokes, 5 to shoot for Charleston. Out behind the three-point line, she'll hoist it with a hand in her face, and she got it to go. Paris Stokes performed well against West Virginia State the first time these two played. Her and Young trading buckets here to start. It's Young the other way, and an illegal screen to free her up called against Amani Hickman. 6-6 our score. Supposed to be 7:44 on the clock, but it's still running. Down to 7:35, and now the officials have realized it. First foul against Amani Hickman is the third against West Virginia State. The clock's still running. Still running. Now they stop it at 7:29. We've lost about 15 seconds of game time here. That first game between West Virginia State and UC, a 63-53 win for Charleston at the Worley Arena. Paris Stokes scored 18 to lead Charleston in that game. West Virginia State got 16 with 8 rebounds from Young. So the two stars of that contest already making their impacts felt here early on. They reset the clock to 7:46, and now it's not starting. Got the inbound to Stokes, and you can see there's some issues with the equipment over at the scorer's table. And looks like we're going to give this a go. Still 7:46 to play first quarter. Tied at 6 between West Virginia State and Charleston. We had shot clock issues earlier in the year. Now we're having game clock issues here in the final day of the regular season. Smith inbounds to Stokes, and the clock starts. We're ready to go. Stokes brings it to the top of the key, bounces left of the free throw circle for Smith, defended by Hickman. Looking inside, dribbles into a handoff with Scully. Now weaved left side to Stokes, back to Scully, give and go from 3, leaves it short, long rebound, tracked down by Scully between the circles. Charleston maintains possession with a fresh 20 on the shot clock. It's Smith on the right side, was switched on to Young. They reverse it around to Mietrich on the left wing, hoists the 3 over Hickman, and she gets it to go. Senni Mietrich, her 44th three-pointer of the season. And West Virginia State comes the other way. Hickman backing in, fakes left, goes right, and flips it in with the left hand. First basket for Amani Hickman on her senior day. It's a 1-point Charleston lead. 9-8, 3 minutes off the clock here in the opening quarter. Mietrich, left side, a dribble down, fires another 3. It's an air ball, out of bounds. Smith tries to tap it back in, but she's not able to do so. It's West Virginia State basketball, another chance to retake the lead. 6:55 left first quarter. West Virginia State got out to a quick start. Charleston has answered with back-to-back threes, and now the Yellowjackets are within 1. 9-8 the score. Young into the front court, throws high post for Hickman, fakes a handoff, 2 dribbles. She'll pull from 15 straight away, missed off the front of the rim. Scully clears the rebound, outlets to Stokes, who brings it across midcourt. Paris Stokes, handoff Scully, left-hand dribble, working to the free throw line, stops, cut off, out to Smith. Here's a right corner 3 off the catch, missed off the back of the rim. Mietrich rebounds on the backside. She gets it out to Scully, defended by Goins, and she'll one-hand it back between the circles for Stokes to reset. They go into motion with 12 on the shot clock, bounce right elbow for Bridget Womber. Jab steps, puts down a dribble, flips it to Mietrich. Mietrich probing her way right of the lane, lobs it for Smith, nobody home. She threw it out of bounds. Smith cut down the baseline. Mietrich threw it towards the corner, and it ends up in the West Virginia State bench. First substitutions of the game coming here for Charleston as Nevaeh Brooks and Livia O'Day check into the game. Brooks, a 5'4 freshman from Clarksville, Tennessee. O'Day, a 5'8 junior from Sydney, Australia. Smith and Mietrich out of the game for Charleston. 6:05 first quarter, a 9-8 lead here for the Golden Eagles over the Yellowjackets of West Virginia State. Inbound goes into the lane here for Hickman, who spins to the baseline and kisses it off the glass to put West Virginia State back ahead. Nice move with some patience there in the paint from Amani Hickman. 10-9, the Yellowjacket advantage. Stokes back the other way between the circles for O'Day. Cross over to the left hand. She penetrates left of the lane, cut off by Hickman to Womber. A 17-foot jumper straight away off the backboard. Rebound loose. Goins down to the floor for it. She's tied up with Womber, and Charleston has the arrow. Some frustration there from Whitney Bays as Goins got started a little too quickly, trying to come out of there with the basketball and didn't have 2 hands on it. Womber able to knock it away, and they end up tied up with Charleston holding the arrow. So we'll stay on this end with West Virginia State ahead 10-9. And Paris Stokes to inbound it for Charleston. Conversation between the officials as to what we need to reset the shot clock to. They'll put it at 20 as West Virginia State never had full possession of the ball. Stokes left side, lobs out onto the right wing for a wide open Brooks. She penetrates down into the corner and brings it back out behind the arc. Bounced high post, here's O'Day. Catch and shoot 15-footer. Back rim, no. Rebound, Osawana. Outlet into the front court. Goes to Ajane Young. She'll slow the pace to Goins between the circles. Straight away, throws high post to Hickman. Size advantage on O'Day. Faces up, drives the left hand, throws left corner. Osawana, 15-footer, missed everything. Rebound on the other side, pulled in by Brooks, who brings it into the front court for Charleston. Nevaeh Brooks works it right wing for Jordan Scully. Kicked left side. Now for Paris Stokes. She gets a screen going to her left from Womber. Will pull up from three. Clangs off the back of the rim. Long rebound is loose. Young had it for a moment. Paris comes out of there with it for West Virginia State. She spins back to her left and will bring it across midcourt with 4:50 to play in the opening quarter. Left wing Goins, jab steps, penetrates with the right hand, lost the ball. Taken by Stokes, back the other way across midcourt. It's a 3-on-3. Stokes penetrates herself, shot rejected. Swatted away by Goins, who punches it out of bounds at the 4:40 mark of the first quarter, and that will take us to our first media timeout on the floor. Charleston and West Virginia State, it's a rivalry matchup like any you'd expect so far. The Yellowjackets ahead 10-9. This is West Virginia State basketball on 107.3 The Beat.
Your whole health is more than what's on a chart in your doctor's office. That's why WellPoint has Medicaid plans that care for the whole you, with places that unlock potential. Care that speaks your language and comes to you on your terms. Medicaid from WellPoint. Your whole health is our whole point.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
Your
4:39 to play first quarter. West Virginia State and Charleston battling it out in rivalry action to finish the regular season here in the Mountain East Conference. Yellowjacket defense has been strong so far, holding Charleston to 3 of 12 from the field. All 3 Charleston field goals have been three-pointers, one each from Paris Stokes, Jordan Scully, and Cindy Mietrich. West Virginia State has gone inside for most of its work. Amani Hickman has 2 for West Virginia State, 2 field goals, that is. Ajane Young has 2 as well. They've got 8 of the first 10 for the Yellowjackets. Out of the timeout, it's Charleston basketball. Bailey Goins blocked a shot out of bounds to force that media timeout. Nevaeh Brooks will throw it in for Charleston. Deep from the left side corner. Mietrich's come back in for UC, and she gets the inbound and centers the ball out high. She's replaced Stokes in the lineup. Mietrich out to the right wing for Womber. West Virginia State's in a 2-3 zone. They look inside for Olivia O'Day. It's deflected. Now her pass back out is stolen. Kenley Rogers in for West Virginia State. She takes it away. Up ahead to Goins, driving right side. Missed it off the backboard. Rebound tipped. O'Day's got it. We're going to get a push foul, though, on the rebound. Hickman went crashing out of bounds as she went up for the rebound, and they're going to get O'Day for a push in the back. It'll be Yellowjacket basketball underneath with 4:18 to play here in this first quarter. Rogers to inbound, and immediately an offensive foul is called against Hickman for a push-off. That's going to be her second. See what Whitney Bays does here with the lineup. And she's going to send Jessica Osawana to the scorer's table. So Hickman scored 4 of the first 8 for West Virginia State, and now she's going to have to come out called for her second personal. You got some confusion at the scorer's table as to who the foul is on. It's going to go against Hickman. And with Osawana in for her, would imagine we're going to see West Virginia State in this zone for a decent bit of this first half, because that's typically where they've gone with Osawana in the game, matched up in the 2-3. Brooks runs the point, throws to Mietrich, inside Womber, down to the left block, backs in on Osawana, has it blocked. Rebound loose, picked up by Goins. Yellowjackets on the run, 5-on-4. Goins into the lane, flips it to Osawana, left hand couldn't finish. Rebound, Womber pulls it in, outlet left side, Mietrich. Quickly across midcourt with under 4 minutes to play first quarter. Bounced inside O'Day, high-low pass to Womber, couldn't lay it in. Rebound tipped, Womber got it back. She can't finish that time either. Young comes out for West Virginia State, pushes it up across midcourt. Young right of the free throw circle, left side, Goins, catch and shoot three on the way, missed right side. Long rebound, Mietrich has it for Charleston. Seni Mietrich with a right-hand dribble up across midcourt, crossover to the left, drives in on Paris, takes it behind her back, throws inside for Womber, couldn't handle the pass. Grabbed by Paris, here come the Jackets. 5-on-4 into the front court, Paris right-hand dribble, kicked out right corner, Rogers catch and shoot three, off the side of the backboard, rebound Paris, dribbled it off a foot, and Scully's got it for Charleston. The pace picking up here at the Walker Convocation Center as Scully into the front court, down onto the right wing, crosses over to the right hand, gets around Goins, floater in the lane, off the glass for two. And Charleston pushes back ahead 11-10. That's the first basket for Charleston in more than 4 minutes, as this has turned into a bit of a defensive battle early on. 3 minutes to play first quarter. West Virginia State trails by a point. Rogers to Young at the top of the key. Drives into the paint against Scully. Off-balance runner left short. Young got her own rebound, and she brings it back out the left side. Takes a dribble, a 17-footer on the way. Back rim, no. Rebound Womber for Charleston. 2:40 left first quarter. They lead it by a point. Mietrich dribble jog into the front court. Crossover left hand driving on Goins. Off-balance shot, air ball. Rebound deflected, out of bounds. Last touch by Womber. And everybody can take a breath. 2:32 to play first quarter. The clock stops and we'll get some substitutions. Paris Stokes back in for Charleston, and Kennedy McLean is going to check in for the first time as well. West Virginia State brings Michaela Smith in for the first time. And Mietrich was having a conversation with one of the officials, and she was one of the ones that Bubby Johnson wanted out of the game, so going to get a quick delay for her to get over to the bench, and now we'll play on. Young handles it for West Virginia State. 2.5 minutes to play in this first quarter. A 1-point Charleston lead. It's 11-10. Young working left off a screen from Smith. Reverses back right side for Goins. Jab step. She works a left-hand dribble. Pick and roll with Smith to the free throw line. Out to Young in the corner. Back right wing. It goes to Letitia Paris. 12 to shoot for West Virginia State. Paris on the drive. Gets around O'Day. She's hit from behind and will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. That first step from Letitia Paris so quick. She got O'Day off balance with a crossover, blew right past her and was hit from behind. That's the second foul on Livia O'Day, and it's going to force another change from Bubby Johnson. He's going to bring Noelle Polanco in, the 5'11 freshman from Belle Harbor, New York. Makes them a little bit bigger in the front court as she replaces the 5'8 O'Day. So you've got Polanco at 5'11 and McLean at 6'2 in the front court here for Charleston. Paris sinks the first free throw, ties the game at 11. Paris, the 5'8 senior, an 82% free throw shooter, sends the second on its way and makes it. Back to a 1-point West Virginia State lead. It's 12-11. Brooks dashes up across midcourt with 2:05 to play in this first quarter. Rogers meets her at the top of the key. Ball to the right wing now for Scully against the zone. She brings the dribble back to the center of the floor, reverses left side to Stokes. Skip pass right side now to Scully. Bounces it once in the right hand, now to Polanco between the circles. Back to Scully, fakes it inside. Now Polanco right of the circle, going to try a three. Missed off the back of the rim, rebound tipped. Goins had it and tapped it out of bounds. It's Charleston basketball with 1:45 on this first quarter clock. That shot from Polanco resets the shot clock out to 20 as it had gotten down to under 5 seconds to shoot for the Golden Eagles. Stokes, baseline left, will trigger it. Inside to McLean, under the basket, muscles her way in against Smith and scores. Just nothing that Smith could do against the 6'2 McLean. Charleston goes ahead 13-12. Goins into the front court. Left-hand drive out to Young, left corner. Back to Paris at the top of the key. She penetrates to the free throw line, thought better of it, picks up the dribble, gives it to Young. 17 seconds to shoot, 1:25 left first quarter. Young gets a screen top of the key from Smith, hesitates, throws it back out to Paris, who drives right side in against McLean. Missed everything with the shot. It's grabbed by Paris Stokes. Charleston up across midcourt, running 5-on-3. Out to the right side corner, Brooks, 2 dribbles, fires from 15, hit from behind. She knocks it down anyway, and she'll get a chance at a 3-point play. Smith got beat with a shot fake and then tried to block it from behind. She hit Brooks as she did, and the freshman Nevaeh Brooks will have a chance at 3. Emily Anthony checks in for West Virginia State along with Delaney Brooks, and that's going to send Goins and Smith to the bench. Mietrich coming back for Charleston will come in for McLean, so Bubby Johnson's going to go small. It's effectively 4 guards out there with Polanco. And West Virginia State has gone very small as Paris is the biggest player on the floor at 5'8". Here's the free throw from Brooks. It's good, pushes the lead to 4 for Charleston with 1 minute and 5 seconds to play in the first quarter. Young sets things up between the circles for the Jackets. High post to Paris, handoff back to Young, blows right by Mietrich and lays it in. Too quick, Ajane Young going to the basket for West Virginia State. She's got 6. It's a 2-point game with 50 seconds left in the quarter. Stokes in the front court directing traffic, defended by Emily Anthony. Brings it back to the top of the key and bounces to Polanco at the left elbow. Faces up against the defensive Brooks. Throws to her own Brooks. That's Nevaeh Brooks down the baseline. Out to Mietrich. Right wing here. Stokes open for 3. Front rim no. Rebound inside Polanco. Forces it back up. Draws a foul and scores. Brooks was caught up trying to box Polanco out. She just reached up and grabbed the ball. And as Brooks was trying to reestablish position, laid it in and drew the foul. Call it on Delaney Brooks. That's her first team foul, number 6 on West Virginia State here in the first quarter. Chance for Polanco at a 3-point play to make this a 5-point game. She leaves the free throw short. Brooks has the rebound. Make that Young for West Virginia State. Up ahead to Rogers in the front court. And Young will bring it back between the circles. Shot clock turned off. There's 20 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Charleston lead is 4, 18-14. West Virginia State wants the final shot. It's Young right of the free throw circle. Screen back to the left from Brooks. Stops in the lane. 12-footer off glass. No. Got her own rebound. Reverse layup. She puts it in. Ajane Young doing everything for West Virginia State here in the opening quarter. Here's Mietrich from half court. The shot on its way. Nearly banked it in, but it comes up empty. And we will go to the second quarter with West Virginia State trailing by 2. A rapid-fire first 10 minutes in this rivalry matchup between the Yellowjackets and the Golden Eagles of Charleston. It's 18-16 after the first. This is West Virginia State basketball on 107.3 The Beat.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
For more than 125 years, West Virginia State University has been educating generations of students who have gone on to change the world.
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
Ready for the second quarter between West Virginia State and the University of Charleston. The 2-point lead for the Golden Eagles in Mountain East Conference play. This is women's basketball on 107.3 The Beat. We've got men's hoops coming up as the second half of our doubleheader later this afternoon between these two Mountain East Conference rivals and Kanawha Valley rivals. This is a big one for both teams. West Virginia State can put pressure on Frostburg State for the number 7 seed in the Mountain East Conference tournament. Frostburg is at Fairmont State today. West Virginia State, with a win and a Frostburg loss, can tie for 7th, and then we would have to go to the tiebreakers to see who would jump up into that 7-10 game in the Mountain East Conference tournament next Wednesday. Charleston, this is an important one as well, is tied with Concord for 3rd right now, and a win would, of course, put pressure on the Mountain Lions to have to win their final game today at number 1 Glenville State. West Virginia State ball out of the timeout. Bailey Goins back in for the Jackets. Hands off left side to Letitia Paris. She brings it back behind the three-point line, 18 to shoot. Flips onto the right wing for Delaney Brooks. Hands off now for Ajane Young, and we're going to get an illegal screen called as Brooks backed her way into Paris Stokes to try to free up Young to go into the lane. And Charleston will get it back on the turnover. That's the second foul on Delaney Brooks. We'll see what Whitney Bays decides to do. She's going to leave her out there for now. Amani Hickman is on the bench with 2 as well. 9:35 to play in this second quarter. It's Senny Mietrich in the front court for Charleston. Out of the right wing, hands to Jordan Scully, coming back to the top of the key. She spins to her right, takes it into the lane, bumped by Brooks, no whistle, but she lays it in for 2. 20-16, the lead for Charleston. Goins kicks it into the front court to Rogers, back between the circles. Here's Goins, fakes a pass, penetrates to the free throw line, uses up the dribble, hands off to Brooks. She takes it in on the left-hand drive, back out to Goins, left of the circle, catch and shoot 3. Back rim, no, rebound tipped, grabbed out in the corner by Stokes for Charleston. She pushes it ahead with a pass into the front court for Nevaeh Brooks down onto the right wing. A minute gone, second quarter. It's Mietrich straight away. Skip pass right corner to Scully. Jab steps and sends it back out to Brooks. 18 to shoot. It's Brooks out on the left wing for Mietrich. Working on Paris. Finds Scully cutting into the paint. Backs in on Goins. Off balance runner. Banked it in plus a foul. Jordan Scully on West Virginia State Senior Day has come alive as a freshman for Charleston. She's now got 7, make it 9 for the Golden Eagles. 4 of 5 from the floor. She can go into double figures with this free throw. Emily Anthony back in for West Virginia State. Again, this is a small state lineup. You've got Goins, a 5'10 guard, out there as the tallest player on the floor. The shot from Scully sinks through the net, makes it a 7-point Charleston lead. And now Charleston is going to go back with a bigger lineup. Bridget Womber comes in, the 6'1 senior. So West Virginia State's going to have to find a way to match up inside with Noamani Hickman on the bench with 2 fouls. Young will set the offense. Charleston matched up man-to-man. She throws right wing for Rogers, a left-hand drive to the free throw line, spins back to her right, bump, no foul as she goes up. The rebound tipped out. It's grabbed by Goins just inside midcourt. She dribbles to the right wing, hoists a 3, missed it long. Rogers has the rebound. She's tied up with Stokes, and they'll call Paris Stokes for the foul. And Paris Stokes was holding on to the ball a little bit longer than the whistle. And the officials are just going to run up and make sure there's no extracurriculars at the end of the play. Her and Rogers tied up. It's going to stay here with West Virginia State. 8:21 to play second quarter, trailing by 7. It's a 5-0 run to start this second quarter for the Golden Eagles. Inbound right side corner to Rogers. Reverse back out onto the wing for Young. Bounced high post to Paris. Jab steps, crosses over left hand. In on Womber. Lays it up. It rims out. Rebound pulled in for a moment by Charleston. Anthony tied up with Stokes. They both go to the floor, and they'll call the foul on Emily Anthony with 8:09 to play here in the second quarter. Third team foul on West Virginia State. There was some contact on that shot by Paris that West Virginia State was asking for a foul call on, but that whistle never came. Stokes across midcourt sets things up. Straight away, sends it out on the right wing for Brooks. West Virginia State's gone back into a zone here. It's reversed around to Scully on the left side. Back top of the key to Brooks. Defended by Anthony. Looking high post for Stokes. Bounces it to her. She puts down a dribble. Throws inside for Womber, who's tied up by Goins. And the arrows with Charleston. UC with West Virginia State forced to play this smaller lineup. Really wants to go inside as much as they can. Again, Amani Hickman's got 2 fouls, and Jessica Asawana is not on the bench for West Virginia State. Going to have to see if we can get an update on that situation. 3 to shoot. Here's Brooks. Her shot blocked by Rogers, and they'll blow it dead for the shot clock violation. Goins had the rebound headed the other way, but they whistle it dead. Didn't allow them to continue, and West Virginia State will have the ball out of bounds. So, again, we'll have to keep an eye on what happens with Jessica Asawana. Again, started the game for West Virginia State, played a handful of early minutes. She is no longer on the bench here for the Yellowjackets. Goins runs the point this possession. Bounces right elbow to Young, handed back to Goins, out right corner. Rogers drives with the left hand, gets by Stokes, but missed the layup. Rebound pulled in. Now it's loose on the floor. Womber's got it for Charleston. Has it knocked away by Anthony. Here's Goins into the paint. Flips it to Anthony underneath. She's stripped of the ball. Now it's Womber with it. A whistle and a foul is going to go against West Virginia State. Anthony and Young were both down there. They're going to call it on Young. That'll be her second personal, and that's big for West Virginia State. She's got half the Yellowjackets' points, and they haven't scored in this second quarter. Now Michaela Smith's going to come back in, and she's going to replace Young. So West Virginia State without 3 starters as it stands right now. Hickman and Young both with 2 fouls, and again, Asawana is not on the bench. Here's Stokes to run the point across midcourt. Right wing Metrick, skip pass left side. Brooks open. Jab steps, penetrates, kicks back out. Reverse right wing Metrick, extra pass to the corner. Here's Scully for three, got it. Jordan Scully's got 13 of Charleston's 26, and they lead it by 10. Up across midcourt comes Goins, down onto the wing, hesitates, penetrates right of the lane. Jump stop, fall away jumper from 8 feet short. Chases her own rebound, but Scully's got it for Charleston. Outlet to Metrick, and she'll jog it across the halfway line. Left side Scully into the corner. Brooks left alone, a three of hers, missed long, rebound tipped. Rogers has it for West Virginia State. She'll bring it up herself, doesn't have numbers, and slows the pace down out on the left wing. Throws high post to Smith, back out to Goins, and they'll set things up with 6:20 to play in the half. Here's Goins driving left side, in on Womber, had the shot blocked. Smith got it inside Paris, bumped by Womber herself, and she will go to the line for two. 6:17 left here in this second quarter, and Letitia Paris is going to go to the line. That foul is called on Nevaeh Brooks rather than Womber, who's going to come out of the game, replaced by Kennedy McLean. Team number 2 against Charleston. Paris at the line, makes the first and scores the first points of this second quarter for West Virginia State. Yellowjackets trail by 9. Second shot for Paris, drops to the net as well. That snaps an 8-0 run for Charleston. Now some full court pressure from West Virginia State. Metrick breaks it with a pass to midcourt for Scully. Scully off the dribble, a right wing three, left short. Rebound inside, Womber lays it in. Had great position in there against Michaela Smith, makes it a 28-18 lead. Here comes Anthony up across midcourt, and Whitney Bays will take a timeout. 5:58 to play, second quarter. West Virginia State trails Charleston 28-18. This is Yellow Jacket basketball on 107.3 The Beat.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
For more than 125 years, West Virginia State University has been educating generations of students who have gone on to change the world.
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty,
you study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
Charleston has seized control of this women's basketball matchup between West Virginia State and the Golden Eagles. It's 28-18 as Jordan Scully has really powered the offense for Charleston in this opening half. The freshman with 13 points. She's 5 of 7 from the field, 2 for 4 from 3. West Virginia State's gotten 8 of its 18 from Ajane Young, but the senior's on the bench with 2 personal fouls. Here coming out of the West Virginia State timeout, Jessica Asawana's returned to the bench for West Virginia State, but has her left knee wrapped with ice, and we're going to keep an eye on that situation. But West Virginia State may be even thinner in the front court with Asawana apparently dealing with an injury and Amani Hickman on the bench with 2 fouls. It's Yellow Jacket ball. Here's Emily Anthony penetrating left side, knocked to the floor as she takes it to the rim. Foul caught on Nevaeh Brooks of Charleston, and it's going to put Emily Anthony at the free throw line for 2. 5:48 to play in this second quarter. That's the second foul on Brooks, and Anthony's going to go to the line where she shoots 77% on the season. Anthony, another of the seniors recognized today for West Virginia State, 1 of 8, and she makes the first. Has had an up and down role this season for West Virginia State. Did not get a whole lot of playing time early, then stepped in as a part-time starter at times this year. Played a significant role for West Virginia State and has kind of just been that guard that Whitney Bays has turned to when she's needed. That second shot missed. Here's a three from Mietrich, a long rebound out of bounds. Back to West Virginia State. Hickman's going to come in here with 2 fouls at the 5:36 mark of the second quarter. We'll see how quickly Charleston goes after her. Lainey Binion will come in for Charleston as well. Redshirt freshman from St. Albans, going to get her first opportunity. Only plays about 5.5 minutes per game. We'll see how much Bubby Johnson can get from her. Yellow Jacket ball. It's Anthony left of the circle looking inside. Threw it past Paris. It's stolen. Taken away by McLean to Binion. Now to Mietrich, who brings it over midcourt. Mietrich sets between the circles with 5:15 to play in the half. Goes left wing for McLean. Puts down a dribble, now picks it up. Hands off to Binion. Back out high, reversed onto the right side. Now for Stoke looking inside. They go to McLean on Hickman, who's got 2 fouls. Her wild shots off the backboard. Binion's got the rebound. Tip back out to Stokes. Fresh 20 to shoot. Right wing Binion back between the circles. Stokes, a right hand dribble backing into the high post to Mietrich. Again, foul line extended right side. Dribbles down on baseline. It goes under the basket. Out for Binion left side. Jab steps on. Goins hands off Mietrich with 5 to shoot. Cross court pass Stokes. Here's a right wing 3. Shot it off balance and left it short. Rebounded by Anthony. She kicks ahead right side. Goins into the front court. Goins cross court pass Paris into the paint. Reverse layup scores. 7-point West Virginia State deficit, 28-21. 4:25 to play until halftime. Bubby Johnson tells Mietrich to come get the ball from Stokes, and she'll bring it across midcourt to run the offense. Dribbles left to the free throw circle, fakes a pass inside, gives it to Scully. Out of the left wing with 13 points for Charleston. Back into the high post, Stokes rips through, drives on Anthony, lays it up, offensive foul! Went right through Anthony's chest. He said before, Emily Anthony does just about whatever Whitney Bays needs her to. That time she put her body on the line and forces a turnover back to West Virginia State. That's going to be the second foul as well, called on Paris Stokes. So Nevaeh Brooks is going to come back in with 2 fouls of her own, but Bubby Johnson doesn't want to jeopardize his leading scorer's availability, you would think, for the second half of this one. So we'll see if Paris Stokes returns in the final 4 minutes of this half. Here's Anthony across midcourt. Left wing Rogers open for 3, missed long. Rebound pulled in by Scully. Big opportunity there, missed for West Virginia State. Here's Scully down the right side, sizing up Anthony with a left-hand dribble. Goes behind her back, gives to Mietrich on the wing. Looking inside, gets it to McLean. Again against Hickman with 2 fouls. A turnaround jumper off the back of the rim. Binion's got the rebound for Charleston. Out to Scully. Extra pass Mietrich, right side 3. Missed off the back of the rim as well. Rebound tipped and Mietrich's got it. Inside to McLean, working on Goins, steps through. She's fouled by Hickman. And that's her third. Hickman reached in to try to tie her up. And we're going to get another look at the replay here inside the arena. She came down across her wrist, reached in with the left hand, tried to tie up the basketball, and instead got McLean's forearm. Now, that is a big loss for West Virginia State because Hickman picks up her third and will go to the bench. Kennedy McLean is going to shoot 2 in the bonus. McLean is 1 for 21 at the free throw line this year, and now she's 1 for 22. Missed it off the back of the rim. And now she's going to get a second crack at it. Still looking for her second made free throw of the season. Not going to get it there. Missed long, rebound Anthony. Tapped out for Goins up across midcourt down the right wing. Gives to Anthony, back to Goins. Shot fake, drives on Brooks. Out to Anthony, right corner. Here's a catch and shoot 3. Missed long, rebound backside Mietrich. Loose on the floor. Smith down after it. She ties her up, and West Virginia State will have it on the arrow. Good hustle play there by Paris. Mietrich just fumbled the ball, and Paris dove in to tie her up. It's Yellow Jacket basketball. 3:18 to play here until halftime. Trailing by 7. Charleston has led by as much as 10, but they've been held scoreless for nearly 3 minutes. Paris baseline left to trigger here for the Yellow Jackets. Now the official having a couple words with Bailey Goins and Jordan Scully, who it looked like were exchanging pleasantries. Here's an inbound to Goins at the head of the key. Gets a screen to her right from Smith, picks it up to Rogers, left corner. Here's Paris. 3 ball on the way. That one's off the back of the rim. Anthony tips the rebound, keeps it alive. They're going to call a push foul against Anthony, who knocked Brooks to the floor. And that's her second. So Anthony's got 2, Hickman's got 3, Brooks has 2, and Young's got 2. We're going to walk 94 feet, and they're going to put Nevaeh Brooks at the line. And again, with Jessica Asawana unavailable for West Virginia State, as it appears now, with ice on that left knee, Whitney Bays running thin on options. First free throw from Brooks is good. She shoots 61% at the line. Jalen Vance, the only available player for West Virginia State that has not checked into the game yet. Second shot, Brooks got that as well. 30-21, 3:08 second quarter. Here comes West Virginia State. Goins, front court right side, back left to Paris. A right-hand dribble, now sends it to Goins. She penetrates right of the lane, into the corner for Anthony. A left-hand dribble, back to Goins. Right corner three, missed long. Rebound, backside, Mietrich nearly tied up by Rogers. Instead, she pulls it away and comes the other way for Charleston. Up across the halfway line, cross over to the left hand, back at the top of the key. Flips a handoff, left side to Brooks, gets a screen from McLean. Brooks driving into the lane, shot blocked. And an offensive foul called as well against Brooks. Anthony stood in and took the charge. Brooks went right through her chest, and that's the third foul on Nevaeh Brooks. Goins blocked the shot up high. Anthony stood in and took the charge, and they will call it against Nevaeh Brooks. She'll go to the bench, replaced by Noelle Polanco, so Charleston's going to go really big here. You've got 6'2" McLean in the middle, 5'11" Polanco, and then really three guards other than that, but you've got Mietrich out there at 5'8" running the point. Here's West Virginia State now against the 2-3 zone. Anthony, left side, Goins open for three, lets it fly, missed long. Offensive rebound, Paris missed the stick back, and Polanco's got it for Charleston. 2:15 to play second quarter. Mietrich's going to slow things down. Up ahead to Scully all by herself. Right side, three, swish. Timeout, West Virginia State. I guess not. Whitney Bays told the official timeout and then told him she didn't want it. Now here's a turnover by Goins. Mietrich on the run out, 2-on-1, takes it to the basket, flips it in, and she's fouled. Goins hit her from behind. It's a three-point play opportunity for Senni Mietrich, who has made this a 14-point lead. West Virginia State hasn't scored in 2.5 minutes. It's a 7-0 run for Charleston. And Delaney Brooks is going to come in for Goins, who's picked up her second foul. Jordan Scully hit the three. Mietrich came up with the steal, and she's got a chance at the three-point play. 1:58 to play second quarter. Bridget Womber going back to the scorer's table for Charleston. Free throw on the way for Mietrich is good, and Womber's going to check in for McLean. Bubby Johnson goes back to his starting center. Wonder if we're going to see the Golden Eagles try for the knockout blow here in the final 2 minutes of the first half. Anthony brings it across the front, into the front court, I should say. Throws left side to Paris. Back straight away, Anthony. To Brooks between the circles. She threw it away. Polanco with the steal. Back comes Charleston 2-on-2. Paris taps it out of bounds. Knocked the dribble away, and it'll go out to Charleston for a baseline inbound. West Virginia State has one starter in the game with Paris. The other four are out of the game either in foul trouble or injured. Goins, Hickman, Young, each with at least 2 fouls. Jessica Asawana with her knee wrapped on the bench. Here's an inbound to Scully between the circles. Stutter step, brings it between her legs, kicks out right corner to Binion. And back high to Mietrich. 90 seconds to play first half. Left side, Polanco gets the pass, shuffled her feet and traveled. West Virginia State needs a spark, forced a turnover. They've been outscored 18-5 in this second quarter as Charleston has dominated after leading by 2 at the end of the first. Here's Anthony bringing it across midcourt, trying to build something before heading to the locker room. Handoff left wing goes to Rogers. Back to Smith straight away, holds the ball overhead, flips to Anthony. A left-hand dribble, she takes it between her legs, reverses left side all the way around to Paris. Paris, a right-hand drive on Womber, draws 2 defenders, knocked loose, and a foul called against Charleston is going to put Letitia Paris at the free throw line. 2 shots as West Virginia State goes into the bonus. They call the foul on Womber. That's going to be her first. And Letitia Paris will shoot 2 at the line. 82% shooter from the charity stripe. She's got 6 for West Virginia State today. 4 of those have come on free throws. Her first shot off the back of the rim. Young leads West Virginia State with 8. She's on the bench and has been for the last 6 minutes of game time. Paris gets the ball from the official. Her second try, nothing but net, and West Virginia State stops an 8-0 run. Here's some full court pressure. Inbound Polanco. Baseball pass to midcourt Binion. It's a 3-on-2. Right side Scully. Her lob pass swatted out of bounds by Michaela Smith. That stops the break, and Charleston will have it out of bounds with an even minute to play until halftime. Baseline right. This inbound will come from Senny Mietrich. Fakes a pass, now throws it out left wing to Polanco. Mietrich comes back out left corner and gets it. She's double teamed, dribbles out of that, and will yo-yo it back between the circles. 12 to shoot, 50 to play in the half. Here's a screen high from Polanco. Back to the left side goes Mietrich, out to Polanco. Extra pass right corner, Scully open, 3 missed long. Rebound Brooks, who's knocked out of bounds by Mietrich. She's called for her first personal foul. And West Virginia State's going to walk the length of the floor, and Delaney Brooks is going to get 2 free throws. 40 seconds left here in the half, so a 10-second differential is still going to allow West Virginia State a chance to get the basketball back after a possession for Charleston. Brooks at the line, the 5'8 sophomore from Wayne, has made just half of her free throws this season, but that's in limited attempts. 36-22 is the Charleston lead. First shot from Brooks, hits back iron and falls off. 40 seconds left here in the first half. Bubby Johnson imploring his team to make sure they block out for a potential miss here. Second shot from Brooks goes in. Makes it 36-23. Full court pressure, cross-court pass deflected, out of bounds. Paris nearly had the steal. Instead, Charleston's going to keep it with 36 seconds to play in the second quarter. And the pressure's going to pull back from West Virginia State. They are going to switch things up and go to a zone here in the half court. It's a 3-2. Mietrich, overhead pass corner to Binion, inside Womber, double team, off glass, no. Rebound, Polanco lays it in. Noah Polanco all by herself on the backside for the stick back. 38-23, here comes Anthony with 20 seconds to play. Brooks driving into the lane, forces up a shot that's blocked. Rebounded by Polanco. Here's Mietrich with the shot clock turned off. 12 seconds to play. Mietrich down onto the right wing, crosses over, drives with the left hand. Inside Polanco. By herself, she scores. 5 seconds to go until halftime. They roll it in for Anthony. Up to midcourt for Paris. A heave at the buzzer. Nearly banked it in, but Charleston takes a 17-point lead into halftime. 40-23 is the score here at Institute, with a 22-7 second quarter going the way of the visiting Charleston Golden Eagles. West Virginia State trails by 17 at the break. This is Yellowjacket basketball on 107.3 The Beat.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
For more than 125 years, West Virginia State University has been educating generations of students who have gone on to change the world.
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
Your whole health is more than what's on a chart in your doctor's office. That's why WellPoint has Medicaid plans that care for the whole you, with places that unlock potential. Care that speaks your language and comes to you on your terms. Medicaid from WellPoint. Your whole health is our whole point.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy trails, fuel up the way West Virginians do, a Little General Stores. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the back roads. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
West Virginia State really struggling offensively. The Yellowjackets are 8 of 34 from the field, 0 for 9 from 3, 7 of 10 at the free throw line. That's really helped. Charleston, not particularly efficient in their own right, 15 of 40 from the field. That's 38%, 5 of 20 from 3 for 25% and 50% at the line, 5 of 10. But Charleston has dominated the glass, and West Virginia State is really dealing with some foul trouble. Charleston has out-rebounded West Virginia State 32-22, and that includes 14 offensive rebounds for Charleston. Just a staggering number in the first half of this one for UC with those 14 offensive rebounds. West Virginia State with 9 offensive rebounds of their own, but they haven't been able to convert them into second chance points with 14 second chance points for Charleston to 6 for West Virginia State, 15 points off the bench for UC to just 2 for West Virginia State, 18 points in the paint for Charleston and 12 for State. 3 points on the fast break for each team as well. Take a look at the individual numbers. Ajane Young has 8 points for West Virginia State along with 4 rebounds, but sat the last 7 minutes of the first half as a result of foul trouble. Letitia Paris has 7. Tried to keep West Virginia State alive through that second quarter. Amani Hickman's got 4, but she's got 3 personal fouls. Jessica Asawana's got 2, 1 each for Emily Anthony and Delaney Brooks. And Bailey Goins is really struggling. The leading scorer for West Virginia State is 0 for 8 from the field and 0 for 5 from 3. She has not scored in this game. And again, foul trouble, a big problem. Hickman has 3, Goins has 2, Young has 2, Brooks has 2, Anthony has 2, and to add insult to injury, no pun intended, Jessica Asawana finished that first half with her knee wrapped in ice. We will keep an eye on her status here in the second half. Charleston, led by freshman Jordan Scully. She played the entire first half for Bubby Johnson's team, scoring 16 points. She hit 3 three-pointers. They've also gotten 6 from Noelle Polanco and Senny Mietrich. Mietrich with 4 rebounds and 4 assists as well. 5 points for Nevaeh Brooks and 3 rebounds as well. 4 for Kennedy McLean, 3 for Paris Stokes, who spent most of that second quarter on the bench with 2 fouls as well. So Charleston dealing with some foul trouble of its own. Brooks has 3. Stokes and Livia O'Day each have 2 as well. We're at the half between West Virginia State and Charleston, 40-23 the score. This is the final day of the Mountain East Conference regular season for both men's and women's basketball, which means there's a lot of other hoops going on around the league right now as well. The regular season championship still technically up for grabs between West Virginia State and West Virginia Wesleyan and Glenville State here on the final day of the regular season, and things are looking very intriguing when it comes to that here at halftime for most of these games, because Glenville State is 1 game up on West Virginia Wesleyan in the regular season standings. Wesleyan, with a win today, can tie Glenville for first place and claim a share of the regular season championship. Wesleyan, taking on Davis and Elkins, who is winless in conference play, leads 52-26 late in the third quarter. Emma Witt has a double-double with 23 points and 10 rebounds for West Virginia Wesleyan, trying to finish off her resume for the Mountain East Conference Player of the Year award. That's big for West Virginia Wesleyan right now, because Glenville State is at halftime trailing Concord by 12. Concord, with a 29-8 second quarter, leads that game 41-29. Abby Smith has 13 points for Concord. Wonder Koyak has 13 for Glenville State. So a win by Concord. If the results here at halftime hold, Glenville State and Wesleyan would share the regular season championship, and then we would go to the tiebreakers to decide the number 1 seed in next week's Mountain East Conference tournament. Frostburg State and Fairmont State are at the half as well. Fairmont leads 48-36. Alana Tate has scored 10. 21 of the 36 from Frostburg State have come from Julie Spinelli. Again, a comeback for West Virginia State would force a tiebreaker scenario between the Yellowjackets and the Bobcats of Frostburg State if Frostburg were to lose that game to Fairmont State today. And then a non-conference game underway between Point Park and Salem here on the final day, as well as Point Park leads Salem 33-32. That game has just started its second half. West Liberty and Wheeling are at halftime as well. Wheeling leads that game 30-28. We're at halftime between West Virginia State and Charleston. It's the Golden Eagles of Charleston with a 40-23 advantage. We've got national sports headlines from ABC News Radio, followed by the second half. This is Yellow Jacket basketball on 107.3 The Beat.
Your whole health is more than what's on a chart in your doctor's office. That's why WellPoint has Medicaid plans that care for the whole you, with places that unlock potential. Care that speaks your language and comes to you on your terms. Medicaid from WellPoint. Your whole health is our whole point.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy trails, fuel up the way West Virginians do, a Little General Stores. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the back roads. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
We're there to serve, make sure we're creating a fair atmosphere for both teams, upholding the integrity of the game.
I chose to be an official. It's the best decision I've made.
In life, things aren't scripted. Games aren't pre-scripted. You know, I got into officiating because my father was an official. Officiating was part of our family life. It wasn't just the game.
Get to be outside, get to experience the game. It's so much more fun. You can get a lot out of it.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
It helped me become not only a better official, but a better person.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
And it's just been wonderful.
Your whole health is more than what's on a chart in your doctor's office. That's why WellPoint has Medicaid plans that care for the whole you, with places that unlock potential. Care that speaks your language and comes to you on your terms. Medicaid from WellPoint. Your whole health is our whole point.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy trails, fuel up the way West Virginians do, a Little General Stores. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the back roads. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
We're there to serve, make sure we're creating a fair atmosphere for both teams, upholding the integrity of the game.
I chose to be an official. It's the best decision I've made.
In life, things aren't scripted. Games aren't pre-scripted. You know, I got into officiating because my father was an official. Officiating was part of our family life. It wasn't just the game.
Get to be outside, get to experience the game. It's so much more fun. You can get a lot out of it.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
It helped me become not only a better official, but a better person.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
And it's just been wonderful.
Charleston by 17 at the half, 40-23 our score inside the Walker Convocation Center. Women's basketball, the first half of our doubleheader between the Golden Eagles and the Yellowjackets here in Institute. It's senior day for West Virginia State. West Virginia State trying to send 8 seniors out on a high note. But again, a 17-point halftime deficit after Charleston outscored West Virginia State 22-7 in the second quarter. It's Charleston basketball to start the second half with their starters on the floor. Paris Stokes, Jordan Scully, Bridget Womber, Senni Mietrich, and Natalie Smith. Again, Charleston playing without its second leading scorer and leading rebounder Harper and Reno today, but that was no problem in the first half. It's Smith in the high post, 15-footer off the dribble, misses off the back of the rim, rebound Letitia Paris, West Virginia State. Emily Anthony starts the second half here for the Yellowjackets, who turn it over almost immediately. Amani Hickman back in the game with 3 fouls. Anthony, Bailey Goins, and Ajane Young are out there both with all 3 with 2. And Letitia Paris is in the game, the 5th starter for West Virginia State. Nearly a turnover here in the backcourt. Cross-court pass left side. Mietrich throws to midcourt. Intercepted Hickman. Here's West Virginia State. On the left wing, Anthony back to the corner. Hickman catch and shoot 3. Swish. Amani Hickman spent most of the first half on the bench with 3 fouls. Now here's a blocking foul in the backcourt called on West Virginia State against Goins. She stripped the ball away from Mietrich, who tried to split that double team, but she's called for the foul. Jessica Asawana starts the second half on the bench, replaced by Anthony. She spent a lot of that first half on the bench with ice on her knee. Here's a pass over the top to Jordan Scully. Back to Womber, wide open for 2. Pressure broken just too easily there by Charleston. 9:10 to play, third quarter. West Virginia State comes the other way with Young. Fakes a pass inside to Hickman, now gets it to her at the top of the key. Right of the circle, Goins rips through, sends to Anthony in the right corner, bounce back to Hickman. Right of the circle, 3 on the way, got another. Back-to-back threes from Amani Hickman. Suddenly she's in double figures with 10. Here's Mietrich, pass across the court to Scully. In the front court, 2-on-1, lobs to Womber. Tied up with Paris, pass over her head out of bounds. A turnover back to West Virginia State. And Charleston's quickly going to make a change and bring Nevaeh Brooks into the game. They'll go small with Smith effectively playing the center spot and Womber coming out of the game. Anthony walks it into the front court with 8:40 to play here in the third. Some momentum on the side of West Virginia State. Anthony navigates the top of the key, gets a screen from Goins to the right side corner. Hickman, another three on the way, left short. Offensive rebound in the lane for Young. Back out to Anthony, left side. Looking in for Hickman, gives to Goins right wing. She drives around Mietrich. Teardrop shot from the right side, missed back rim. Rebound inside Stokes, throws left side for Mietrich, who pushes up across midcourt. A 4-on-3, left side Brooks open for a corner three. Missed it long, rebound tipped in the air, controlled by Young for West Virginia State. She pushes it up across the halfway line, stops at the top of the key, crosses over to the left hand and slows the pace. Now for the Yellowjackets, 8 minutes to play third quarter. Inbound to Hickman, drives left of the lane and lays it in. Smith went for the steal, and Hickman was wide open to go to the basket. Here's Stokes left side, double team, throws it nearly to Paris. It's picked up by Smith. She pitches it across midcourt to Brooks down on the left wing. 20 to shoot, 7:45 third quarter. 11-point game, 42-31. Mietrich gets the ball. She directs traffic, brings it back out high. Onto the left wing, Smith looks inside to Brooks. Left-hand layup, couldn't finish. Rebound, Ajane Young, West Virginia State. On the run into the front court. Right-hand dribble, nearly lost it. Gives to Goins right side. Jab steps, stops at the free throw line. Kicks left corner for Anthony. Now inside to Hickman. Spins back to the baseline. Shot blocked by Smith. Taken now by Charleston, up ahead to Scully. 2-on-2 down the right side, in on Anthony. Off-balance shot, kissed it off the glass and scores. Jordan Scully's got 18 for Charleston. She's done the heavy lifting on offense. The freshman's been really impressive today. It's Goins, right side of the front court to Anthony, into the corner. Now for Young. Young between her legs, towards the baseline. 15 to shoot, back out high to Hickman, top of the key. And she gives it back to Young to get a new play call from Whitney Bays. High post to Hickman, driving right hand around Smith. Hit from behind. There's two free throws coming for West Virginia State. Samani Hickman. She's come out firing here in the second half. Has hit 2 3-pointers, scored a bucket on the drive, and now she'll get 2 at the line. West Virginia State's been attacking Natalie Smith these last couple trips down the floor, and she's going to come out of the game, replaced by Bridget Womber. Mietrich will check out for Charleston as well. They bring Livia O'Day back in. And Hickman goes to the line for 2. She shoots 67%. First shot from the lefty. That one's good. 13 points now for Hickman in just 11 minutes of game time. Again, 3 first-half personal fouls. Kept her on the bench for about 14 minutes. Here's the second shot. That one goes down as well. The deficit back to 11. It's 44-33 with 6:45 left here in the third. It's Brooks across midcourt, bounces high post Womber, handoff back to Brooks. She takes it out into the corner, nearly lost it. They got a switch with Womber inside, defended by Young. It's Brooks out on the right wing, back high to Stokes. West Virginia State able to switch back. Here's a handoff to Scully, working on Paris. Behind her back, stops at the free throw line, throws left corner. O'Day open for 3, missed short. Rebound on the backside for Womber. Kick back out to Scully, open straightaway 3, yes. Jordan Scully's 4th three-pointer of the season. She's got her 4th three-pointer of the day, I should say. She's got 21 points. The lead is 14 for Charleston. Here's Young on the attack right side, brings it back out high, guarded by Brooks. Throws top of the key now for Hickman. Sizing up on Womber. Kicks back to Young, right of the circle. Drives on Brooks, out to Anthony in the corner. 10 to shoot. She picked up the dribble. She's pressured by Stokes. Throws inside Paris. Spins back to the middle of the floor. Shot blocked by Scully. She's got the rebound inside for UC. Scully one-hands a pass to Stokes. The point guard brings it into the front court. Holds 4 fingers in the air in her left hand and sends her teammates into motion. Brings the ball down onto the left wing. She's defended by Emily Anthony. Womber screens the middle of the floor. Here's Stokes driving, stripped to the ball. It's loose on the floor. It falls to O'Day. Her pass inside, deflected by Hickman, stolen by Anthony. West Virginia State out the other way. Cross-court pass, Goins drives into the paint. Floater in the lane, missed long. Offensive rebound, Hickman puts it up, can't finish, but a whistle and a foul will send her to the free throw line again. Momentum on the side of West Virginia State, despite really not being able to chip into this lead too much. Charleston leads 47-33. The Golden Eagles have had a lot of answers when West Virginia State has tried to make a run. But now Hickman again is going to have a chance to trim away at that deficit. Her first shot in the air, she sinks it. 11 points here for Amani Hickman in the third quarter. She has been West Virginia State's entire offense, and I mean that in the most literal sense possible here in this third quarter. She makes them both, She's got 12 in this third quarter, and West Virginia State trails by 12. It's 47-35. Brooks handles the point against the zone now from West Virginia State. It's a 1-2-2. One hands a pass to Scully, right side, high post Womber, back to Scully, puts down a left-hand dribble, three-pointer on the way, left short, collision underneath the basket, the ball is loose, Paris to the floor, is tied up with Womber, and West Virginia State's got the arrow. Stokes and Goins ran into each other at about full speed. Both ended up on the floor, but West Virginia State will have it on the arrow after the timeout. Media timeout at the 4:57 mark of the third quarter. West Virginia State leads 47-35. It's Yellow Jacket basketball on 107.3 The Beat.
Your whole health is more than what's on a chart in your doctor's office. That's why WellPoint has Medicaid plans that care for the whole you, with places that unlock potential. Care that speaks your language and comes to you on your terms. Medicaid from WellPoint. Your whole health is our whole point.
Is the Charleston lead with 4:57 to play in this third quarter. West Virginia State trailed it by 17 at the half. Amani Hickman has gone on a run of her own for West Virginia State. She scored all 12 Yellow Jacket points here in this third quarter. And West Virginia State has chipped away at this deficit and will look to continue doing so in the final 15 minutes. Charleston sends the same five onto the floor that it had before the timeout. That's Paris Stokes, Jordan Scully, Nevaeh Brooks, Bridget Womber, and Livia O'Day. West Virginia State rolls with Ajane Young, Emily Anthony, Bailey Goins, the aforementioned Hickman, and Letitia Paris. Those five have played the entire third quarter so far. Here's Anthony running the point for West Virginia State. Bounces left wing to Young. They go inside to Hickman, down the left block. Spins baseline, off the glass, and lays it in. 14 points for Amani Hickman in the third quarter alone. She's got 16, make it 18 in the game, and it's a 10-point Yellow Jacket deficit. Stokes in the front court takes it down onto the left wing, defended by Paris. Stops at the free throw line, looking for Scully, gets it to her on a backdoor cut, out to Brooks. Left wing three on the way, air ball. Rebound far side, grabbed by Paris. West Virginia State can get back within single digits. Thrown ahead to Goins left side, she's double teamed, gives to Hickman top of the key. Takes a three with a hand in her face, you bet! 17 in the third for Amani Hickman, her third three-pointer, and the deficit is 7. 47-40 with 4:05 left in this third quarter. Brooks left wing gets a screen from Womber. Out right side for Paris Stokes, who's been quiet, the leading scorer on the season for Charleston. Picks up her dribble, trying to get it to Scully, who's harassed by Anthony. Ball knocked loose, off a leg, out of bounds. West Virginia State basketball. Walker Convocation Center coming to life with another turnover forced by Emily Anthony. Has been the glue of this West Virginia State team off the bench all season long. Stokes got into a bad spot. Scully couldn't come get it, and Anthony was able to knock it off Scully's leg out of bounds. 3:50 left third quarter. West Virginia State's within 7. Young to set the offense here between the circles. Throws right elbow to Goins. Fakes a handoff back to Hickman left side. Jab step 17-footer. Rattles in. Have yourself a day, Amani Hickman. She's got 19 points in the last 6.5 minutes. This is overwhelming. 47-42. Here's Mietrich back in for Charleston. Nearly threw it away. It goes to Stokes out on the right side. Left-hand dribble takes it between her legs, working right of the lane. Teardrop off the glass, no. Rebound Anthony. Here comes West Virginia State. It's a 5-on-3. Ahead to Goins. Her pass deflected. It's loose, taken by Mietrich. And Charleston's got it off the turnover. Kicked ahead, right side, Stokes in transition. Gonna take the three. She got it. Charleston with a counter punch to go back ahead by 8, 50-42. 3 minutes here, third quarter, and the shot clock did not start on the inbound. Natalie Smith set to come back in for Charleston. That's a huge shot from Paris Stokes. Leading scorer for Charleston on the season has been held to 6 points. She's hit a pair of three-pointers and had not scored since the first quarter before that last shot. Smith comes in for Womber because Bubby Johnson's just looking for answers for somebody that can try to stop Amani Hickman. She's got 19 points in this third quarter, and there's still 3 minutes to play until we go to the fourth. Here's Young off the inbound for West Virginia State. Looks high post to Hickman. Faces up on Smith. Crossover right hand. Spins left. Had the ball knocked away. There's a foul called. It'll go against Charleston, and they'll get Stokes for it. That's her third. Whitney Bays calls the play from the sideline as the Yellowjackets will throw it in with Hickman baseline right. 20 on the shot clock after the foul. Hickman lobs top of the key for Goins. They post Hickman inside. Backs in on Smith. Kicks left side. Anthony catch and shoot three. Back rim no. Rebound tipped by Young, but Smith clears it for Charleston. Smith gives it up right side. Here's Stokes ahead into the front court. Stokes on the attack. Into the paint. Left hand. Bumped by Anthony. Lays it in and a foul. Paris Stokes nodding her head knowingly to Senni Mietrich, as if to say, I'm ready to take this game over. The leading scorer for Charleston has scored the last 5 to shut down the West Virginia State run, and she can make it an 11-point game with this free throw. Foul called on Emily Anthony is her third. Here's the shot from Stokes. It drops in. 2.5 minutes left in the third. It's 53-42 Charleston. Goins up across the time stripe. Down the right side against Mietrich. Kicks left wing now for Letitia Paris. A right-hand drive. Crosses over. Loses the ball. Mietrich came up with the steal. Charleston headed the other way. Mietrich with her eyes up the floor. Goes between her legs at the top of the key. Pulls it back out high. Looking in towards Natalie Smith. Now she pops out right wing and gets the ball. Guarded by Hickman to Stokes straight away. Sizes up Anthony, a left-hand drive into the paint, lays it up, won't go. Rebound tipped around, loose in the corner. Smith has it for Charleston. Out to Scully, a deep right side three. Long rebound off the back of the rim. Scully chases it down, and Bubby Johnson wants a timeout. 1:50 left in this third quarter. Charleston leads by 11. West Virginia State has been within 5. It's Yellow Jacket basketball on 107.3 The Beat.
Your whole health is more than what's on a chart in your doctor's office. That's why WellPoint has Medicaid plans that care for the whole you, with places that unlock potential. Care that speaks your language and comes to you on your terms. Medicaid from WellPoint. Your whole health is our whole point.
Third quarter, West Virginia State trails Charleston 53-42 in Mountain East Conference women's basketball action. State was within 5 just moments ago before a personal 6-0 run from Charleston's Paris Stokes. She had not scored since the first quarter. The leading scorer on the season for Charleston at about 14 points per game has scored the last 6. She hit a three-pointer, then got a three-point play of her own. It's going to be Charleston basketball out of the timeout. 2 offensive rebounds on this possession for the Golden Eagles, and Bubby Johnson elected to take a timeout and draw something up. This is a big possession. Charleston on that 6-0 run. West Virginia State trying to hold some momentum. Kenley Rogers back in for the Yellowjackets. She defends Stokes, who dribbles down into the left corner. Now she's double-teamed. Throws back high to Mietrich. Skip past right wing Scully. Inside Natalie Smith. Turnaround jumper missed. Long rebound tipped. Loose grab by O'Day. Out to Stokes. Left wing Mietrich. Right side Scully. Drives around going. Scoops it off the glass and scores. Jordan Scully's been so impressive for Charleston today. She's got 23 points. That matches West Virginia State's Hickman for the game high. Here's Anthony in the front court for the Yellowjackets. Works down right wing, gets a screen back to her left from Hickman. Picks up the dribble, throwing in for Hickman. It's batted and stolen. Stokes takes it away for Charleston. They led by 17 at the half. That lead's ballooned back to 13. It's an 8-0 run. Here's Mietrich on the drive into the paint. Stops the shot fake on Goins. Teardrop air ball. Got it back underneath. Brings it back behind the three-point line. A minute to play here in the third. Mietrich looking left side, goes into Smith against Hickman, who's got 3 fouls. Turns in, bounces to O'Day. Layup, score it. O'Day cut down the baseline after Mietrich drew the double team. It's 57-42. A 10-0 run for Charleston has pushed the lead back to 15. Young into the high post for Hickman. Handoff Goins, driving right side, lobs back to Hickman, knocked to the floor. Whistle, ball out of bounds to Charleston. Hickman had it go through her hands out of bounds as she went to the floor. There was some contact from behind, but not enough for the officials to blow the whistle. 32 seconds left here in the third. Charleston, with a 2-pointer on this possession, can run that lead back to what it was at halftime. Here's Mietrich up the left side. Pass over the top. Smith by herself lays it in. And the run for West Virginia State's been completely erased. 59-42, 20 seconds, third quarter. Hickman between the circles, shot clock turned off for West Virginia State. 15 seconds to play. It's Young down on the left wing, guarded by Scully. Inside, left side, Hickman. Spins baseline, shot blocked. Smith up the other way with 5 to play. Into the lane for O'Day, stripped to the ball, out of bounds off Young. Charleston on a 12-0 run over the last 3 minutes. West Virginia State has not scored in 3.5 minutes of game time. 1.6 seconds off the clock for the Golden Eagles to try to get something here going into the fourth. Lobbed into the lane for Smith, deflected by Hickman, loose, and the clock will expire. West Virginia State came within 5 at 47-42, but Charleston closes the third quarter on a 12-0 run, and we go to the fourth exactly where we were at the end of the second. A 17-point lead for Charleston, 59-42. It's Yellow Jacket basketball on 107.3 The Beat.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
For more than 125 years, West Virginia State University has been educating generations of students who have gone on to change the world.
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
Set for the fourth quarter between West Virginia State and Charleston. Mountain East Conference women's basketball action on the airwaves right now. We've got men's hoops coming up after this between the Yellowjackets and the Golden Eagles. That will be the final regular season broadcast on the air here on 107.3 The Beat. We will be back Wednesday night for West Virginia State men's basketball at the Mountain East Conference Tournament. Yellowjackets likely to be playing Frostburg State in that game. We do need a couple of results to go final today to confirm that. And, of course, West Virginia State has some action to take care of today against Charleston. It's UC basketball to start the fourth, leading 59-42. Paris Stokes with it, left side to Senni Mietrich. Looking inside, will bring it back out high, guarded by Emily Anthony. Wraps a pass around the right side to Stokes, who goes behind her back. She's double-teamed by West Virginia State's Anthony and Young. Nearly a steal here on a pass to Mietrich. It goes back to Stokes. High post O'Day, one dribble, 15-footer, missed left side. Paris rebounds. Here comes West Virginia State. 35 seconds, make it 25 seconds off this fourth quarter clock. It's Anthony out high. Left side, Goins, jab, steps, drives left of the lane, gets around her defender, lays it up, left it short, but a foul called against against O'Day, and West Virginia State will get 2 at the free throw line from Bailey Goins. Amani Hickman scored all 19 points for West Virginia State in that third quarter. Bailey Goins, leading scorer on the season for the Yellowjackets, has not scored. She can get her first points here at the free throw line. Kennedy McLean has checked in for Charleston. She replaces Natalie Smith, who goes to the sideline. Again, Charleston is without its second leading scorer and leading rebounder, Harper Anarino, who's got her right foot in a walking boot and is in street clothes on the sideline. First free throw missed by Goins, so she stays scoreless for the day. It has been one to forget here on senior day for Goins so far. Her second shot, that one's good. Picks up her first points. It's 59-44. Make it 43. West Virginia State behind Charleston. Here's some 1-2-2 pressure from West Virginia State. It's Stokes left side, bumps into Paris, who's called for the blocking foul. And Charleston will have it out of bounds. That foul on Paris is her first. Team foul number 1 here in the fourth as well. Inbound to Stokes, 9:15 to play. Charleston ahead by 16, 59-43. Stokes brings it down on the right side, waves one teammate through, and now flips it to Scully. Foul line extended out on the right, back to Mietrich. Right of the free throw circle, holds it overhead, jab steps working against Paris, puts down a left-hand dribble, gives to O'Day with 5 to shoot, bounced inside looking for McLean, the pass deflected, stolen. Hickman tipped it away, here comes Young 4-on-3. Out onto the left wing, throws to the corner for Paris, turns her back to Scully, brings it back out high, looking into Hickman, faces up on McLean, down the baseline, she's bumped and fouled. They'll call Kennedy McLean for it, 6'2" junior. Transfer from North Greenville. Picks up her first, and now Noelle Polanco is going to go to the scorer's table and replace Livia O'Day. So Charleston's going to go big here. McLean at 6'2", Polanco 5'11", and you've got a couple 5'8" guards out there in Mietrich and Scully. Inbound to Young, right into Hickman, out corner side right for Anthony, back to Hickman, spins left, gets around McLean and lays it in. That's just too easy. Hickman's got 25, 21 of them have come in the second half. 90 seconds off the fourth quarter clock, 59-45, West Virginia State trails Charleston. Stokes down on the right wing, crosses over to the left, will pop a 3 over Anthony and banked it in. Paris Stokes has gotten everything going her way here in the second half, and it pushes the lead back to 17. Quickly, Anthony across midcourt, left side, Goins driving in on the defender, kicks out left corner, Hickman for 3, air ball. Polanco fumbled the rebound, it goes out of bounds. West Virginia State will have it. 18 seconds on the shot clock for the Yellowjackets with 8:03 to play here in this fourth quarter. And Paris will throw it in on the right side. Lob pass into the high post for Goins. Jab steps, now drives left off a screen from Hickman. Bounces it inside of the pick and roll. She's hit from behind as she put it up off the rim. And West Virginia State will get 2 more free throws for Hickman. 21 of the 22 points for West Virginia State here in the second half have been scored by Amani Hickman. That's the second foul on Kennedy McLean. And Hickman goes back to the line. She scored 4 quick for West Virginia State early. Then picked up 2 fouls, came back briefly, then got her third. First shot for Hickman rattles around and goes down. 26 points on senior day so far for Amani Hickman. Her second hits back iron and she gets a good roll. Everything's been going Hickman's way here in this second half. And West Virginia State is within 15, 62-47. It's Mietrich running the show here in the half court. Bouncing left wing now for Stokes. She faces the basket, gets a screen back to the middle of the floor from Polanco. Driving on Paris, steps in, steps across. Runner off the back of the rim, rebound tip, grabbed by Paris. West Virginia State headed the other way. Paris up ahead, right side. Here's Goins, Euro step. In for Hickman, lays it in, she scores. Amani Hickman doing it all for West Virginia State. That basket gives her a new season high of 29 points. Mietrich straight away going to take a 3 to answer for Charleston. Back rim, no. Rebound on the run taken by Emily Anthony. Bounced ahead to Paris, 2-on-2. Paris left-hand drive in on Mietrich. Blocking foul, got a shot up on the rim. Will they give her 2 free throws? Paris took a step after the whistle and put it up on the rim. They call the block. She is going to get 2 shots. Second foul caught on Senny Mietrich. And it's going to give Paris 2 free throws. McLean and Polanco out for Charleston. Smith back in along with Laney Binion. So they go from a big lineup to probably the smallest we've seen all day. Hickman with a new season high of 29 points. That's the most she's scored in a game here at West Virginia State. First free throw from Paris, nothing but net. West Virginia State, the third stop of Hickman's collegiate career. 2 years at Shawan, a year at Charleston, and now finishing it here closer to home. Second free throw good for Paris. That 29 for Hickman is a new career high regardless of what uniform she's been wearing. Beats everything from Concord and Shawan as well. Here's Stokes attacking, hit from behind by Anthony as she put up the shot, and she will go to the line. 2 shots coming for Paris Stokes at the 6:59 mark of the fourth. Anthony came in behind as Stokes broke the pressure, tried to knock the ball free as Stokes went up for the shot. And the foul goes against Anthony. It's her 4th. And Stokes goes to the line where she shoots 82%, one of the best free throw shooters in the league, and she makes the first. Quiet first half for Stokes, dealt with some foul trouble, had a 3-pointer early. Those were her only points until the third. She's now up to 13, makes the second. That gives her 14 to match her season average. 7 minutes to play. It's 64-51. Goins up to the top of the key. Steps back. Here's a 3-pointer. Off back rim, no. Rebound tipped. Young's got it. Spins down onto the right block. Out right side, Paris. Swung to Goins. Jab steps. Throws left wing, Hickman. Back to Goins. Hickman comes to set her a screen with 12 on the shot clock. Goins working left. Stops. Dished inside. Hickman. Floater. No. Got her own rebound. Puts it up. Draws a foul. And it drops in for 2. 3-point play for Amani Hickman. It's the first 30-point game of her college career, and it comes on the last regular season game. West Virginia State has scored 40 points in the second half. Excuse me, they've scored 30 points in the second half. Amani Hickman has scored 27 of them. Here's a rebound off the missed free throw by Laney Binion. And Charleston with an 11-point lead gets it to Mietrich, who brings it into the front court. Mietrich directing traffic, brings it down the right side. Turns her back towards Anthony, gets a screen back to her left from Smith. Here's a double team coming from Hickman. Mietrich down onto the wing, nearly lost the ball. Now she picks up the dribble, throws to Smith underneath, kicks out Binion. Here's a right wing catch and shoot 3. Left short, rebound tapped by Smith out of bounds. And they say last touch by Letitia Paris. So West Virginia State ball. No, excuse me, Charleston ball. And that'll reset the shot clock to 20 seconds off the miss by Binion. Stokes, baseline right, lobs into the lane for Scully. Her shot's blocked by Paris. Young comes out with it for West Virginia State. Up the right side, Goins in against Binion, hangs in the air, off glass, puts it in. Back to a single-digit deficit, 64-55, and Goins went down hard after that shot and is struggling to get back to her feet. Looks like she might be cramping up. Athletic trainer Haley Bassett out for West Virginia State, and they're working on her left calf. Goins in some pretty clear discomfort. That's her first field goal of the game for West Virginia State. It's been a struggle. She's contributed in other ways, particularly she's dished out 4 assists. Dream Muhammad going to come out with some Gatorade as well. 5:52 to play here in the fourth. West Virginia State trailed by 17 at the half, got back within 5 in the third, and then Charleston finished on a 12-0 run to go back up by 17. Now the Yellowjackets have got it to single digits again after the basket by Goins, but again, they're working on that left calf. And she's in some pretty serious discomfort. She's going to get back to her feet with some help and walk off under her own power. Have to think we haven't seen the last of Bailey Goins in this game. Her final collegiate game inside the Walker Convocation Center, and it's been a doozy for all of these seniors. 8 seniors for West Virginia State, 2 unable to play. Dream Muhammad has not played the entire season. Lillian Jackson out for the year with an injury since right after Christmas. Jessica Asawana has not played since the first quarter of this game. Had her left knee wrapped up in the first half and is still on the bench. Charleston basketball with 5:45 to play. Stokes holds her index finger and little finger in a horn signal as she gets a screen to the right from Smith. Takes it to the basket, lays it up, and takes a bump from Letitia Paris. There's 2 free throws coming for Charleston. Stops the clock with 5:38. Goins got a little bit of an assist from Tyr Nyack as she came over to the bench. Nyack out for the year with an injury as well. Goins just slung her left leg up across Nyack's waist, and Nyack reached over and was working that cramp out, and Goins is going to come right back into the game for Kenley Rogers. So Stokes at the line to shoot 2. A 9-point lead for Charleston. The first shot makes it 10. Stokes with 15. Jordan Scully leads Charleston with 23. She had 21 of those at halftime. Second shot for Stokes. Drops as well. Lead back to 11, 66-55. Young taps her back as she comes across midcourt to signal the play to her teammates. A right-hand dribble between the circles brings it right to the free throw circle now. Defended by Stokes. They send Hickman across the lane, lob it inside for her. She's hit from behind by Womber. And 2 free throws coming here in the bonus for Amani Hickman. Womber called for her second, and Hickman's going to get a pair. Womber leapt to try to deflect that pass out and went through Hickman's back to do so. Hickman's got 31 points in the game. 27 have come after halftime. She makes the first free throw. Now 7 for 8 at the line. Charleston's been held without a field goal for nearly 3 minutes. It's been the free throws from Stokes that have kept pushing this lead out. Here's the second shot. Hickman missed it off the left side, and Mietrich rebounds. 10-point game, 5:20 to play. 66-56, the Charleston advantage. Stokes bounces left side for Mietrich. Fakes a pass to Binion and brings it back to the top of the key. Hands off to Scully. Gets a switch off the screen onto Young. Left-hand dribble, throws left side Stokes, penetrates into the paint, stops against Hickman, throws out Scully, shot fake, drives around Paris. Here's a floater from the baseline, missed off the front of the rim. Hickman the rebound, under 5 minutes to play. Outlet left side, Anthony brings it up, down onto the wing, finds Paris, cutting onto the block, backs in on Scully, spins left, lays it in for 2. 66-58, 4:40 to go. West Virginia State has been as close as 5 in this second half. Stokes across midcourt to Mietrich, left to the free throw circle. Flips it to Scully. A right-hand dribble back to the top of the key. Scully driving on Goins, off balance, missed off glass, rebound. Womber lays it in. Hickman didn't want to commit her 4th foul. Back comes West Virginia State with Anthony down the left side. Anthony onto the wing to Hickman, top of the key. Right side, Goins crosses over, brings it between her legs. An in and out move off a screen from Hickman. Will pop a straightaway 3. It's missed long. Womber rebounds at the free throw line. Outlet to Stokes, 4 minutes to play. Down onto the right wing, Stokes to Mietrich straight away. Working on Goins, goes behind her back, driving with the right hand. Stops on the elbow. Wild pass goes to Binion, the left side corner, and Bubby Johnson wants a timeout. 3:51 to play in the game. West Virginia State trails Charleston by 10. The Yellowjackets fighting to stay in this one on the final day of the regular season. It's 68-58. This is Yellowjacket basketball on 107.3 The Beat.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
For more than 125 years, West Virginia State University has been educating generations of students who have gone on to change the world.
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
Yesterday. Between the Yellowjackets and the Golden Eagles. A reminder, we've got West Virginia State men's basketball to follow on 107.3 The Beat. That game scheduled for 4 o'clock, not going to start on time because this women's game has gone past 3:40, and you've got to have a 20-minute warm-up period. We've explained this to you at home throughout the season. These doubleheaders often push a little bit past their scheduled times, but that's all right because we've got some pretty good basketball in front of us right now. It's Charleston ball out of the timeout. Bubby Johnson wanted to get something drawn up here with his team up by 10, and West Virginia State trying to make a run. Senny Mietrich will inbound it for UC, gets it to Paris Stokes. She's double-teamed, back to Mietrich on the wing, finds Lainey Binion, a left corner three in the air. She hit it. Lainey Binion, the redshirt freshman, plays 5.5 minutes a game. That's her first shot of the night. And it goes down for Charleston. Here's Anthony the other way, lost the ball out of bounds. And Charleston goes up by 13 now with the basketball. Stokes double-teamed in the backcourt, picked up the dribble, throws to Scully, middle of the floor. Baseball pass deflected, it falls to Womber in the front court. She gets it back to Scully, now Mietrich out high. 3:25 to play, Bubby Johnson directing traffic from the sideline. It goes to Stokes, who will set things up in the center jump circle. Waiting for her is Young at the top of the key. Bounces it out onto the right wing. Stokes with a crossover to the left hand, penetrates into the paint, fakes left, goes right, throws to Womber. She dribbled off her foot, it goes out to Womber, who throws up a three at the buzzer and beats the shot clock. It's a long two for Bridget Womber, and Charleston's lead is 15, 73-58. Just a heartbreaking sequence for West Virginia State, and Whitney Bays will take a timeout. Bridget Womber has rarely taken a shot outside the paint all season long, and she just threw it to beat the shot clock, and she puts Charleston up by 15. We've got a media timeout here for the final called timeout of the game. More likely than not, with Charleston ahead by 15, 73-58. It's Yellow Jacket basketball on 107.3 The Beat.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
For more than 125 years, West Virginia State University has been educating generations of students who have gone on to change the world.
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
West Virginia State trails Charleston by 15, 73-58 with 2:53 to play in Mountain East Conference women's basketball action. A 7-0 run for Charleston, pushing that lead back to 7, make it 15, and now here's a steal. Goins threw it away. Stokes to the basket, knocked to the floor. It's 2 free throws. Stokes had it scouted from West Virginia State. Goins just blindly turned to throw the pass in the ball reversal, and Stokes jumped right in the passing lane. She'll get 2 free throws. And that magic number of 17 could be right there for Charleston if she makes them both. And she does make the first. UC led by 17 at the half. West Virginia State got back within 5 in the third. Then Charleston went on a 12-0 run to lead by 17 at the end of the third. And Stokes makes the second to make the advantage 17 again, 75-58. And when I say 17 again, no, I'm not talking about Matthew Perry. Here's Emily Anthony, has her pass deflected, stolen by Jordan Scully. She gets it back to Senni Mietrich with 2.5 minutes to play. Mietrich into the front court, takes it behind her back, and throws left side for Paris Stokes. 20 to shoot for Charleston. Womber comes to screen for her. Stokes penetrating, throws a backdoor pass to Binion down the right side. She kicks it out left quarter to Scully. Inside Womber, back to Binion, 9 to shoot. Right of the free throw circle, pass goes to Stokes. Crossover left hand, stutter steps, left elbow, jumper from 17. Back rim, no. Offensive rebound, Womber. We get a foul called on Paris. She tried to rip the ball away, and Womber ended up on the floor. It's Charleston basketball. That is the 4th team foul on West Virginia State, and the 3rd on Letitia Paris. Rather, that's the 5th team foul on West Virginia State, and Womber will go to the free throw line. Bridget Womber, a 43% free throw shooter, has struggled there this season. The redshirt freshman averaging 8 points and 8 rebounds. She is 6th in the Mountain East Conference in rebounding. Her first free throw misses off the left side. Kendley Rogers in for West Virginia State, replaces Emily Anthony. Rogers not necessarily finding her rhythm today. Has not scored for West Virginia State. Second shot for Womber rattles out, rebound Young. Here comes West Virginia State, kicked ahead right side. Goins crashes into Stokes, offensive foul. And Bailey Goins is fouled out of the game. Goins trying to go too quickly, was out of control as she came down the sideline with the ball and ran right over Stokes, who seems to have had the wind knocked out of her. And it's going to be a disappointing senior day for Bailey Goins. Her final line, 3 points on 1 of 13 shooting, 0 for 7 from 3 with 2 rebounds and 4 assists. Leading scorer for West Virginia State sees her final game inside the Walker Convocation Center come to an end in disappointing fashion. Charleston's going to make a change. Jordan Scully checks out, and Sade Anderson has come in for the first time, 5'8" redshirt sophomore. It's Womber, right wing, back to Binion between the circles. Swung left side for Paris Stokes. A right-hand dribble into the free throw line to Binion, right side. Catch and shoot 3. Off the backboard, grabbed her own rebound. And she brings it back behind the three-point line. Gives it to Stokes, 5 to shoot. Crossover left hand, straightaway 3 on the way. Missed it off the left side. Rebound Anderson for Charleston. Brings it back into the corner. Had the ball knocked away by Anthony. It goes out of bounds to stay here with UC. And Michaela Smith is going to come in for West Virginia State. She'll replace Rogers. 1:29 left in the game. Charleston looking to close things out against West Virginia State, in front by 17. 75-58. Bounced right wing. It goes to Nevaeh Brooks. She drives with the left hand. Crosses over back to the right. Now Binion on the right wing. 9 to shoot. Inside Womber. Finds Brooks cutting into the lane. Fumbled the pass out of bounds. West Virginia State takes it. 1:16 left. West Virginia State playing for pride here down the stretch on senior day. Young pushes it up over midcourt. Waist-high dribble in the right hand. 1:10 on the clock. Hickman comes out to screen for her. Young stops, free throw line jumper, off back rim, rebound Anderson for Charleston. She's double teamed, bounces it back to Stokes with a minute on the clock. Stokes walks it into the front court, directing traffic as Whitney Bays is going to empty out the bench. 3 reserves sent to come in. It goes to Binion on the left side. To the top of the key, now onto the elbow. Back to Stokes, left of the free throw circle. 7 to shoot, pitches to Binion. Here's a deep 3 from straight away. Off back iron, rebound tip by Anderson, grabbed by Smith for West Virginia State, and Anderson took it back. Left corner it goes to Binion, 30 seconds to play, 27 on the shot clock. Stokes with it between the circles, holds the ball on her right hip. Charleston fans who have brought a large contingent here to the Walker Convocation Center starting to come to their feet. Stokes gives to Womber, pressured by Hickman, 12 seconds to play. Still a difference between the shot clock and the game clock. So we're either going to get a shot clock violation or a shot. 4 seconds to shoot, 3 seconds. Womber dribbling it out is going to allow the shot clock to expire. And Whitney Bays is going to bring 3 subs in. And a couple of these seniors are going to get their curtain calls. Hickman, Young, and Paris go off for the final time. here inside the Walker Convocation Center. Anthony stays in the game. Inbound to Delaney Brooks, and the final 2 seconds will go off the clock with Charleston beating West Virginia State 75-58. Anthony embraced by Whitney Bays as she comes off the floor for the final time here in Institute. West Virginia State finishes the regular season with a 12-15 record. Charleston improves to 18-10. We'll be back to recap it after this. It's West Virginia State basketball on 107.3 The Beat.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
For more than 125 years, West Virginia State University has been educating generations of students who have gone on to change the world.
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty,
you study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
Your whole health is more than what's on a chart in your doctor's office. That's why WellPoint has Medicaid plans that care for the whole you, with places that unlock potential. Care that speaks your language and comes to you on your terms. Medicaid from WellPoint. Your whole health is our whole point.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy trails, fuel up the way West Virginians do, a Little General Stores. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the back roads. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
And 12 of 19 from the free throw line. That's 36%, 26%, and 63% respectively. Looking at the individual numbers, Amani Hickman goes out on senior day with a new career high, 32 points and 5 rebounds for West Virginia State. Letitia Parrish joins her in double figures with 11, 8 for Ajane Young, 3 for Bailey Goins, who struggled on senior day here today, just 1 of 13 from the field before fouling out. Jessica Asawana scored 2. Emily Anthony and Delaney Brooks each had a free throw for West Virginia State. Jordan Scully leads Charleston with 23 in the win, 18 for Paris Stokes, 6 each for Senny Mitrick and Bridget Womber, 5 for Nevaeh Brooks, 6 for Noelle Polanco, 4 for Kenyon McLean, 3 for Lainey Binion, 2 for Livia O'Day, 2 for Natalie Smith. And you add all of that up, it gives Charleston a 75-58 win here inside the Walker Convocation Center. They've started the clock on warm-ups for the men's basketball game. We are set for a 4:18 tip-off here in the Walker Convocation Center. That means we will be back on the air with West Virginia State men's basketball at 4:08. Pre-game coverage for West Virginia State and Charleston on the men's side begins at 4:08 here on 107.3 The Beat. In the meantime, we'll send you back to the music. This is West Virginia State University basketball on 107.3 The Beat.